What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, bad news for Saul Canelo Alvarez, 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who is still the unified super middleweight world champion. He was the undisputed super middleweight world champion, but the International Boxing Federation, better known as IBF, and President Mr. Darryl Peoples decided to strip him and force his mandatory. But the World Boxing Council, better known as WBC, President Mauricio Suleiman and board of 32 members, they refused to strip him, and he has a mandatory in undefeated two-time WBC super middleweight world champion, the Mexican Ecuadorian monster David Benavidez, for 3 years, and they have not upheld their rules and stripped Canelo. They don't want to upset him. With that said, Canelo Alvarez just defended his titles against Puerto Rican star title contender Edgar Berlanga, who has never fought for a world title, never fought a former world champion, so obviously was never a world champion himself, was still in the contender stage, but got to skip over David Benavidez, who was the WBC super middleweight champion twice, never lost his belts in the ring. Nonetheless, Canelo Alvarez drops Berlanga in the third round, wins a unanimous decision over Edgar Berlanga. And obviously everybody wants to know what's next for Canelo Alvarez. Now, Canelo Alvarez, obviously the two fights they want to see, that being the people in the boxing world, is they want to see him versus David Benavidez, and or they want to see him versus the pound-for-pound king, Terrence Bud Crawford, right? Who's a 4-division champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, and the reigning WBA junior middleweight world champion, and the pound-for-pound king, right? Either one of those guys for Canelo Alvarez, who is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout at 34 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach, 5'7.5". And Canelo Alvarez is now stating that he wants to avenge his last loss, his most recent loss, to undefeated WBA light heavyweight world champion, Russian superstar boxer Dmitry Bivol, who's 23 wins, no loss, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 6 foot tall with a 72-inch arm reach. Now, Bivol is going to take on the biggest task, the toughest task of his career, October 12th, when he takes on the unified WBC, WBO, IBF light heavyweight world champion Russian superstar boxer, Artur Beterbiev, who is 20 wins, no loss, no draw, 20 wins by way of knockout. But he's 39 years of age, 5'11.5" with a 73.5-inch arm reach, and he had knee surgery, right? For undisputed, they're going to fight. So Canelo is saying he wants to fight against Dmitry Bivol should he be victorious, because Dmitry Bivol, keep in mind, he beat Canelo Alvarez in dominating fashion, right? Back in May of 2022, a couple years ago. So now it will be 3 years to the day. So Canelo's saying in May he wants to fight a rematch with Bivol at light heavyweight. But bad news for Canelo, because Dmitry Bivol is saying that the only way he fights Canelo is if Canelo gives him the opportunity to fight at 168 for 2 reasons. Again, he responded again, and he's saying the only way he'll fight Canelo is if Canelo fights him at 168 that gives Dmitry Bivol an opportunity to be undisputed in 2 separate weight classes, and removes all the excuses that Canelo Alvarez and his team and his fans had, was saying that he was just too small and was daring to be great. That's the only reason, because it's not for a payday. He's not fighting for a payday, he's fighting for a legacy. Now, he's a prize fighter, obviously he wants to get paid, but he's not focused on a payday, he's focused on legacy. So if Canelo gives him the opportunity to fight at super middleweight, 168, because Bivol's not a big light heavyweight, then he'll fight Canelo Alvarez. But if Canelo Alvarez refuses and wants to force the fight at 175, then Bivol is saying that he'll defend the titles at light heavyweight or move up to cruiserweight. So he's like, listen, I'm calling the shots. I beat you. And I'm not fighting for money. I'm fighting for legacy. So if you want the rematch, it has to be at 168. The only problem is Canelo is not the undisputed champion no more. That means Bivol will have to have 2 fights at 168 to be undisputed in the super middleweight division. He will have to beat Canelo, and then Mbungu is going to fight. He's the IBF champion now at 168, so he will have to fight. No, excuse me. I forgot who it is at 168 off top. Now I'm drawing a blank at the IBF champion, but that's who Bivol will have to do. So Bivol is saying the only way he fights Canelo is at 168. If not, they don't have a deal. So bad news for Canelo. He's gonna have to fight Benavidez or Crawford. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.